Hey, Joy here. Rachel and I would like to welcome you to You're All Right, Get Up, podcast full of laughter, personal stories, encouragement, and often a show about living life. As a disclaimer, our podcast does not offer professional therapy or treat illness. We are a motivational, supporting podcast sharing our life experiences, stories, and laughter.
And don't forget to listen to our Wednesday What to get your midweek boost. And we would love for you to check out our sponsor tab and consider joining us. If you have questions or need any additional information, please check out the sponsors tab on our website or contact us at info@allrightgetup.com. And we'd like to give a shout out to an amazing company and sponsor, Endeavor Promotions out of Birmingham, Alabama. Danny Kirkland has done an amazing job of our promo items, and we encourage you to check out his website, endeavorpromotions.com, or he can also be reached at 205-540-8292.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy and an amazing company. They have done a great job. Highly recommended.
In this week's Weird Wire. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm a huge Harrison Ford Indiana Jones fan.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
knew you had a little bit of a thing.
I did. I still do. I traveled halfway across the town to find a theater that was still showing Indiana Jones.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it.
Excellent.
But I'm biased. Like I said, I love the Indiana Jones movies, and I don't want to brag.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was a kid, I had some Indiana Jones comic books.
Nice.
I wish I still had those because I looked up the value of some of those.
Mm-hmm.
I could be sitting pretty right now.
Yeah.
$10 a piece.
I bet. Yeah.
$10.
Yep. That's a chunk of change in your pocket.
Right.
Right.
I so wish I could remember what happened to those because I can be a little OCD.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the comic books and I had wrapped them in saran wrap to preserve them and then stuck them inside another container. So whoever has them, they're in mint condition. So if anybody in my family has them, my dad's probably throwing them away. But
He's like, what is this in saran wrap?
Exactly. So probably by the time this actually is dropped, it'll be a little old, but I'm still gonna present it as our Weird Wire.
Cool.
They named a snake after Harrison Ford.
Really?
Yes. The story came out earlier in August of this year, which is 2023.
Mm-hmm.
They named a newly discovered snake species after Harrison Ford.
Whoa.
Yeah. 4 researchers navigated treacherous terrain and feared for their lives during a heroin brush with suspected drug traffickers in one of the most dangerous and scientifically unexplored areas in the world, according to the lead scientist in an account published by a nonprofit conservation organization. The highlight of the trip to South America was discovering a species of snake due to science, which the team named for action icon Harrison Ford. A moment of levity in the otherwise dramatic excursion, noted Dr. Edgar Lear, the lead author of a scientific paper describing the new species. The report was published August the 15th in the German journal, which that's hard to say, German journal, Salamandria. At the time, Lear, who was a professor of biology at Illinois Wesleyan University, thought, wouldn't this be cool to dedicate this new species to Harrison Ford? And also funny because of the hate his character Indiana Jones has for snakes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he can't stand them.
No.
What did they name it?
Hate that you asked. I will now massacre the name because I could not find one news anchor who pronounced it.
Let's just do our best.
Takaminias. Takaminiatis. Harrison 40.
Excellent. That's
Peru. That's pretty cool to have a new species discovered and then somebody name it after you.
Indeed.
I mean, I would just be happy with the local restaurant naming their milkshake after me.
Right.
Then every time I could go in there, they could play the song Milkshake.
Yeah.
Milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Awesome.
So, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it's actually got pretty eyes. I'm looking at a picture.
Okay. All right.
I'm not a huge snake fan.
Description? Maybe you can describe.
It's kind of like a yellow-brown.
Yellow-brown. Okay.
I would say amber. I'll say amber eyes.
Okay.
So in a statement to the nonprofit, Ford jokingly stated that the snake has eyes you can drown in. Line from his movie. And spends most of the day sunning himself by a pool of dirty water we probably wouldn't have been friends in the early 60s. He was very humbled by the naming, and he said that it is a reminder that there's still so much to learn about our wild world and that humans are one small part of an impossibly vast biosphere. On this planet, all fates are intertwined, and right now, 1 million species are teetering on the edge of obliviation. We have an existential mandate to mend our broken relationship with nature and protect the places that sustain life.
So I wonder if his feelings about that are in his character as it is in real life.
That's interesting. He
I'm
never said he
just
hated
curious.
snakes.
Yeah.
Now, he's also had I believe, an ant species named after him and a spider.
Wow.
Yeah. I think he's trying to campaign for something cullier, though.
Talk about somebody who's got a pretty broad resume, right?
Right.
With a rich history. I mean, if you think about that and all the naming and then all of the movies and what the name he's made for himself. I mean, seriously.
That brings up a question. What would you like named after you?
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a hard question.
A snake? How about
Not
a wasp?
especially.
A wasp?
Right. Oh, goodness.
This is the new wasp called Stinging Joy.
Right.
Don't kill it. It's a stinging joy.
That's right. It's a good bug.
Yeah. It's a friend.
Yeah, right.
Now, I admit, I try not to kill anything that's not poisonous.
Sure.
I try to, respect, okay, it's going to kill something that's a rodent.
Yeah.
So let it live.
Yeah. I don't know, with the name Joy, maybe. Maybe a Hummer.
A Hummer?
I was trying to
You want
stay
a
away
car?
from, no, like a hummingbird.
Oh. Sorry,
I was trying to stay
didn't know that was a
away.
hip name.
I was trying to stay away from anything stinging. Oh, whoa, that hurt. But man, but
But it brought
blah, 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 joy.
Son of a joy.
Right.
I think I wouldn't mind having a shark named after me.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go. Right.
Dun.
Oh, dun 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 dun.
Or a star. I probably wouldn't like a vehicle.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I want something that's long term.
Yeah, definitely.
But I would have to have it like something like one syllable so that I could pronounce it. You know, not like this Taka, Minodis or whatever.
One of those.
Yeah, I don't want anything super long. Like Rachel Shark. Something simple.
Right. I don't know. Maybe a bird, some kind of bird would be cool. Or
A star.
yeah, a star. Butterflies.
Yeah. Okay. I like how you're saying butterflies, birds, star. I'm like a shark. Milkshake.
Yeah, right.
Milkshake.
Oh,
A town. I wouldn't mind a town being.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Don't just give me the name of the street. I want the whole town.
Yeah. He should have. He
think
should
there
have
is
a
a name.
town named after him,
I thought he did.
or maybe a pickup. Oh, you just got a Harrison Ford? Cool. Is that a 4x4?
Yeah, then
Right?
you could say, I want the Han Solo package.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Is that the R2D2?
Yes, exactly.
Excellent. Yeah. I think that would be cool. It could be like a coupe. Like a sports car, right? Ooh, you got the Harrison? Dude.
Oh man.
Can I take a ride in that?
No. Well, all I can find is
Yeah.
the Peruvian snake.
Good old Harrison. He's like he's like the Dolly of the ancient world.
I'm gonna let that slide. I do like Dolly, by the way.
Oh man, I love
If
me some
anybody,
Dolly.
if Dolly's listening, we'd love to have you as a guest.
Oh my gosh, she is absolutely amazing.
I kind of have a short story for you,
Sweet.
and it's one
Can't
of
wait.
those. I may need your help describing it.
Oh boy. Well, you know how great of a describer that I am.
You are well known
Not.
as well known, and it's one of those stories that's probably funnier if you're actually there. So I'll go ahead and preference that. My husband and I have two different objectives when we go on vacation. I know everybody's thinking this is another vacation story. Yeah, it is. Because normally I'm just going to work and nothing really fun happens during the week. It's when we go on these vacations that something usually emerges. Brian has the idea of we're on vacation. Let's stay busy the whole time, the entire time. Let's get up super early and let's just go, 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 go.
Yeah.
My idea of a vacation is let's go. Let's wake up when we wake up. Let's go to the beach. Let's make breakfast, pack everything, and let's just stay at the beach all day. I mean, all day.
Yeah.
From 8 to 8. That's how I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm all day.
You do have a you have a rigorous schedule.
Yes.
Remind me. I don't know if I want to go to the beach with you. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe
I'm teasing.
7. But well, let me back up a little bit.
I
now,
need to take some cheese and crackers.
Yes. No, we pack a cooler.
Oh, okay.
And food.
All right.
And,
Gotcha.
you know, we have boogie boards and snorkel gear and all kinds of things. Kites.
Okay.
A lot of entertainment. Frisbee.
I see.
The little, I don't know why it's the only place that we do this, but it's it looks like a pad and it's got Velcro, the course side, and you throw the ball and it sticks.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, that's the kind of ball game that we like there. We decided to go on vacation and we elect to go to the beach. Now, I want to go to where there's nobody. Nobody. Brian wants to go into a place that's in the middle of the city. So we compromise. We go to a destination that probably a lot of people are familiar with in the South. It's near Panama City, but it's on the very outskirts. So we kind of compromise. We're on the outskirts, so we're not in the middle of everything for me, and it feels like we're somewhat isolated. But we're close enough to the town that we can play games and go out to different restaurants.
Right.
We always do the for rent by owners if we don't take our camper. And this is before we had our camper. This has been a few years. I am that person that loves my dog. Bandit. We're decided that we're going to rent a house that's just outskirts of the town and also allows dogs and has a fenced in area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's some things that we want. So we find a perfect house. It's not on the beach, but it's right across the street. There's nothing in front of us. It's just beautiful white sand, just beautiful water. The only problem is you have to walk from the house to the beach. We were thinking, okay, we're right across the street. Yeah, but the opening, sea oats, they're protected, so you can't just walk straight through.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to
walk around.
Right. You got to walk across the road, and it's always hot. It's very, very hot. And you know, on tarmac, it's about 20 degrees hotter. You've got to walk across the street, then turn right, and probably go another, 50 yards up the road. And then you eventually turn left into this little, it feels like you're in a valley of sand.
Right.
You walk up the hill and then you go back down the hill on the other side. And then probably 30 yards is the beach. So you're close, but you're not really. The access is a little bit of a walk. So we rent this house and it's perfect. It has everything that I want and everything that Brian wants. And also it has kayaks with it.
Oh, boy.
And other beach gear.
Oh, boy.
And I'm very excited.
Yeah.
So probably a year before that, maybe 2 years, we went to Panama City and we went with my entire family. Now, when I say entire, I don't think that's like 50 people. It was my brother, his wife, and then my dad and my husband and myself. And when I was a kid, whenever I would go to the beach, my mom would always give us money to buy a souvenir. Now, as long as it wasn't a whoopee cushion, she was fine. This is where you need a reference. Probably, I think it's episode 1 from season 1 to get that. So again, she gives us $20 and we're probably 8 or 9. I would be so excited.
Yeah.
She's like, you can buy anything you want. Pretty much every time I would come back with some kind of float. Picture those blow up floats where that you can paddle. You can insert the paddles into it and row.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little 2-man boat. And that's what I would I'd end up always getting.
Had like a little string and all, like on the sides, right?
That's it.
Okay, yeah.
That's it. That went all the way around so that you could hold on to it. And so about 2 years ago, it might have been a year, I don't remember the exact time, when we were with the family vacation, I was reminiscing and talking about that float. I'll never forget sitting on the beach and looking over to my right and seeing my hero of a dad come walking across from Alvin's Island with this huge orange blow-up 2-man boat like I had when I was a kid. And he's holding it by that string like it's a kite because it's so freaking windy.
Oh, boy.
And it's just catching the wind perfect. And it's just huge. It's a 2-man boat. It's really, really large. And I was like, I've never loved my dad more than I do right now. So then I went back to Alvin's Island and got me some oars.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was like a little kid. Now I'm probably 40
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in that water rowing like there's nobody's
Wow.
business because I love jumping the waves. You know, Panama City
Yeah.
has some pretty good waves.
You felt like
sometimes.
you were 9 again, right?
Yes. Felt so brave. Like Brian kept telling me to come back towards the shore because he's like, you're going too far out. You're going too far out. But I was just having the best time.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that a lot of people in my family get sick.
Oh,
They get seasick, you know,
no.
because I try to get people to ride with me.
Yeah.
And, you know, we would be jumping those waves. They're like, I got to go back. I'm about to be sick. Sissies. But anyway, no, I'm just playing. But they would be getting sick and I'd have to row back. But I had like the best time. So
Wow.
when we get ready to rent this house a couple of years later,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. You know, I'm showing them the ad and I look at them. I was like, it has kayaks. And all I can think about is how much fun and I had that little blow up. And then this time he can join me and get in this kayak and we'll kayak together. And maybe it won't be as bad as being in the float.
Yeah.
We're there a couple of days. Oh, we get there and the house is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the backyard. It's got a little storage area and it's got these kayaks. Now, Joy, I don't know if you've ever picked up a kayak.
Mm-hmm.
Those suckers are heavy.
Yes, they are. More than what you think they would be.
Yes, it's definitely a 2-person job. Now, people who probably kayak a lot, they have the little trailers
Yep.
that goes on one end that holds it up and has wheels so that you know one person can pull it. We get there the first day and we pull them out of the storage, and I'm so excited. It's got a little one and then like a medium sized one. Both heavy though.
Mm-hmm.
When we originally got there, the waves weren't that bad.
Right.
They were pretty mild. And so I kept asking them like, all right, is today the day we go out? No, let's wait one more day.
Mm-hmm.
So the day finally came, and Brian agreed he would go out and kayaking with me. Now, it makes me sad that no one had a video camera because it was so isolated. There was only one man who got to enjoy this little show besides myself, which was funnier afterwards. So we get the first kayak out of the storage unit.
Mm-hmm.
We choose to go kind of around lunchtime, so it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's real hot. And it's definitely a 2-person job. And so he gets on one end, I'll get on the other, and we stalked our walk over there. And we're fussing at each other. We've now gotten hot and tired already, halfway there. Because he's like...
setting it off in a good tone.
Yeah. He's like, why can't you carry it longer before you need a break? I'm like, because it's heavy.
Right.
We're walking along the road because we're parallel. And then we finally get to the access point and we're walking up the hill. And I can hear the waves already.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, we've been here for 2 or 3 days. This is the first time I've heard the ocean from back this far.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally topped the hill, and I look, and I actually see white. You know, where the waves are crashing over, and it's
Yes.
creating the white foam.
Whoa.
And we pause, and this is like one of those decisions that you look back in life and said, you should just walk back.
Mm-hmm.
So we think we're, over halfway here, and I asked Brian, are you sure we should do this? Well, this look pretty rough. He pauses. Yeah, let's do it. I'm like, okay. So we continue to walk and put the kayak down at the shoreline. Now we got to go get the other one. And I'm like, oh, please don't let anybody steal this kayak because we got to go get the other one. It's going to take us a while.
Oh,
So
no.
we repeat the process. We finally get both kayaks to the shoreline.
Right.
We put on our life jackets and we proceed to each drag one of our kayaks behind us into the ocean. Now, remember, the waves are crashing and they're pretty big.
Right.
And if you've ever been in kind of an undertow, you know that it gets kind of wild. The kayaks are so big, when the wave caps over, it's grabbing the kayak and pulling us back to the shoreline.
Oh.
So we can't even get the kayaks back out to the ocean deep enough for us to actually get into the kayaks.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow.
And I look at Brian again like, are you sure this is a good idea? Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Like, I think once we get past where they're breaking, it'll be a lot better. He's like, yeah. And so again, we're trying to pull our kayaks far enough out there so that we can actually get on them. Again, we're being pulled back. One time I get pulled back so hard, I'm just dragging and just rolling over back to shore.
Oh my gosh. So what was the flag status like? What was the wind blowing or
Now,
was
we're
it
in a
like...
part of the beach that you can't see the flag.
Oh, okay.
Now,
so you were totally kind of...
I'm sure it was red.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure. There's
Okay.
no doubt in my mind.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And probably more like smarter people would have gone onto the app and said, hey, it's red flag.
What? Yeah. Let's check that.
Yeah, let's check this. So finally, Brian says, I'll help you get on yours and then
Yeah.
I'll get on mine.
Right.
And so we do that. It's like a comedy routine.
Yeah.
kind of get onto the top of the kayak. I don't even know how to say this right, but my feet are in the seat. Like I'm standing up, but like I'm crouching.
Yeah.
So at some point I've got to actually fall back into the actual, because it's like a kayak has like a indentation where your bottom half goes, but I'm standing up in the kayak is how I ended up getting on.
Right.
Squatted down. And Brian's like, you're going to have to sit down. I'm like, I can't. I'm scared. Because he's trying to hold me up and keep the kayak in
keep
place.
it from coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, and keep it from going back to the shoreline. He's like, sit down. So I finally sit down, which hurts because it's kind of plastic. He's like, row, 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 dig, 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 dig. And I'm just a digging. So I get out there, and I'm pretty good distance because I'm having to go past where the waves break. And all I can think of is the bull shark's about to eat me.
Yeah.
So I'm out there, and now I'm waiting on Brian to get in his kayak. Well, he never could get on by himself.
Oh, no.
And it's one of those where he goes face down flat and gets dragged back to the shoreline.
Oh, goodness.
Him and the kayak are just tumbling in the waves. I'm laughing so hard, I can't breathe.
That would be me, like, just falling in my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He never can get on. Like, I see him all of a sudden just give up. After being drugged for the 15th time and having a strawberry right on his forehead where he was drugged across the bottom of the ocean, he gives up. And he just sits on the sand watching me. Well, my back is hurting now. And the seat was kind of broken that kind of helps prop up your back.
Yeah.
So you're kind of having to really support yourself. And again, the ocean's quite...
I mean, you're kind of fighting against it too, which is causing that extra workout to try to...
It's a great workout.
Yeah.
I'm really having to exert myself.
To balance yourself, keep yourself from falling, like tipping over and all that stuff.
I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it turns out these weren't ocean kayaks. They're really, one of them was, and the other one was just a river. So it's not really meant to keep having these waves go across you. Eventually, I don't want to be kayaking by myself. And it's not like the 2-man float where you're kind of close to shore and you're playing in the waves.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just trying to survive at this point.
Yeah.
And I look at Brian and I'm signaling, hey, I want to come in. And he's like, stay out there. And I'm like, no, I want to come in. And he's like, yeah, you look good. You look good. And he's like waving me to keep going. And I'm like, I want to come in. So I start crying.
It's like at this point, what you should have had was a flag.
Yes.
You should have had something that's been like, okay, here's my white flag.
But it was just comical because I'm trying to come in the shore and ask him for help. And he keeps saying, keep going. And then finally, I think he realizes I'm crying. So I'm like, I just want to come in. I don't want to be here anymore. So I realized that I can't get him to help me. And then finally, I'm like, just ride it in. And I was like, I'm so scared because the water was so choppy.
Yeah.
So I managed to ride that kayak right on into shore. It looked pretty cool. I didn't, because it was so strong, it did pull me straight onto shore. Now, it was really, I felt like I was very graceful trying to get out of the kayak, even though I'm only in like 6 inches of water. But if you've ever been in kind of under a current that's that strong, I mean, it's hard to even stand up. And, the sand is... like every time the wave comes up and goes back out, it's removing some of that sand. So I eventually stumble. And I'm sad to see that there's nobody else who's been able to witness this. Because, I mean, it was funny. So then I'm like, hey, do you want to go out there? And he's like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. We do the same thing. We go out to about maybe waist deep, and he gets on. He's a little bit more graceful than I am.
Yeah.
But again, the waves are crashing, so it keeps trying to pull us back to shore. And it's hitting me. Now, there's a man in it. In the kayak itself, and it is hitting me, and I'm getting mad.
Oh boy.
But he's getting mad at me, and because he's like, push me. I'm like, I'm trying. You're heavy. And I'm fighting against the waves.
Right.
And then finally, I
did push you.
I did push you.
Did you not feel that?
I went right back in my kneecaps.
Yeah. Right.
So finally, I'm just going to give him a huge push. So when I do, I realize as I'm extending out, there's nowhere for me to go. And I just fall flat on my face. And then once again, wave crashes over me and just scoots me across the bottom of the sand back to shore with like half my swimsuits on the other side of my body.
Oh, no.
And I finally get out. I'm like, this was dumb. This is real dumb. But he did kayak, and then he eventually came in, and that's the last time we went kayaking in the ocean.
Wow. Y'all are better than me.
And I was tired. It's like, let's go back in and take a nap.
Yeah, I have never been one for the ocean kayaking.
It was just too rough. I think if it had not been probably double flags, it would have been fun, but we tried to go on the worst day.
Yeah. I've never understood either. This is just what I call a joyism. Why people have not come up with some really cool idea to tether from the shore. So if I were to go out there, I'd be like, yeah, you tie that thing around me and hold on to it. so that when I get in trouble, you can just start yanking on that thing and pulling me in like a kite.
She's giving us the wave. Oh, wait, that's the finger. Oh, she wants us to come in.
Up there it is. She's ready to come in.
It was just funny when I was like, okay, I'm ready to come in. He's like, yeah, you look good.
Right.
Like,
Total miscommunication. Yes. He was like, oh, yeah, she's good. She's waving at me.
She's having a great time. Oh, look, she's waving.
It's a Kodak moment.
Oh, you know.
Where's my Polaroid?
And then you come in and you're like crying, like, I told you I wanted to come in.
Right.
It's like, it's not fun out there by yourself.
Oh, man.
Trying to be shark bait.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, rule going forward, when you kayak, make sure it's a green flag. I repeat, a green flag and not a double red
flag.
Very
important. Very important. And you're wearing sunscreen.
Yes. Sunscreen.
Also important.
Yes. Probably some kind of device in case you get swept out into the ocean so you can call for help.
Right.
We had none of that. We did have life jackets on.
That's good.
Yes. I just know that man was probably just rolling laughing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If we had been by condos, you know how everybody's staring at people in the ocean, I know we'd be famous right now.
There might be a video out there somewhere. You never know.
I'm gonna try that. Morons get in ocean,
right?
Trying to kayak and double flag while hurricane is coming into shore.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it was a good vacation other than that.
Excellent.
It was when we had I think it was a solar eclipse. It was that year. So we got to see the solar eclipse from the
how wonderful.
The beach. So it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really great because Bandit could play in the backyard. Have a good time.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Other than trying to drown, I gave that place an A+. It was a good vacation.
So listening to Rachel's story today about the beach and being out on a kayak makes me think about the many times we have to go through a process. Sometimes we're not thrilled with the process. We're certainly not thrilled about having to try to stand up in a kayak and figure out how to push somebody off when, we might be pushing extremely hard and they're not going anywhere. And especially pushing against tide and undertow. It gets tough. And then the process of getting out in the middle of the ocean and just being out there by yourself and then all of a sudden realizing, man, it's beautiful out here, but I'm kind of tired of this. I'd like to go back in. It makes you really understand the process of how things work sometimes. That many times we get in those spots and we have to kind of sit it out and we have to signal for help. Hey, help me get back in. But it may not come right away, and that's okay. I think the biggest part of being in a process is understanding that even when we feel like we're ready for it to be over, or we're ready for somebody to just come in and just rescue us and make it all better and take it away, it may not happen right then, but it will come. And you'll get there and it will work out. If you keep pushing on and never giving up and taking one day at a time and one moment at a time. And just remember that it's good to live in the moment. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Don't give up. If you feel overwhelmed and you can't do it on your own, reach out to a caring friend, a pastor, or counselor. And if you feel like you've reached rock bottom, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline has caring people available 24/7, and they can be reached by dialing or texting 988.
Stay true to yourself, embrace the power of kindness, and know you matter. Till next time, friends.